Hey everyone, it's Gilz with your post-game talk here in the Bahamas. K-State drops the championship game against Miami, 91-83. K-State 1-1 on the trip, a pretty successful trip by and large. You pick up a good win over Providence, obviously a rather forgetful first half against Miami, but a really promising second half where K-State really started to put the ball through the net and made this one kind of close towards the end. The K-State fans were never out of this game. They were always really involved here, and can't say enough about the Wildcat fans that showed up. Jerome Tang, after the game, he mentioned it, how special this fan base was. Real quick, if you're not subscribing to GoPowercat, make sure you're doing so. Leave a like, leave a comment, really helps us grow and reach more K-Staters. Anyways, I mentioned the first half, and Jerome Tang said to us that this was on him, and the game plan was not where it needed to be. Going up against former Wildcat Nigel Pack, who was the MVP of the tournament, and they let Pack get going early on. And Tang says he regrets not putting more emphasis on stopping Pack and denying him the ball in the second half. Obviously, that was something they did, and Pack was more quiet after that halftime. But Pack was really going in the first half, and K-State just couldn't get things going. The three-pointers, I think K-State missed its first 11 or 12 from beyond the arc. You can't win many games digging yourself into a deep hole. This one, I believe it was 24 points at one point in the second half. It doesn't matter how strong you can finish the games. If you're digging yourself into a deficit that large, you're not going to win many games, especially against a quality Power 5 opponent that Miami does. You know, they're a good team, obviously coming off of the Final Four. I saw Nigel Pack back there taking some pictures with some K-State fans, and as he was walking away, the fan he said, "Hey, we'll see you in the Final Four," right? Both of these teams are certainly capable of making a deep run in March, but at this point in time, K-State has some things to work on. I mentioned the perimeter shooting, not getting those touches inside the paint and then kicking them out. That's where K-State can really get those open looks. And not that K-State had terrible shots in the first half, but they just couldn't put the ball through the net for whatever reason. And the depth on this team, maybe we got a little too excited. Maybe we expected too much out of guys like Taj Manning or Dorian Finister. I don't believe they played in this game at all. R.J. Jones and Michaela Rich did get some meaningful minutes. Rich was on the court for basically that entire crunch time of the second half when K-State was really starting to mount its comeback. And once that game was cut to single digits, Rich was still on the court. So Tang put a lot of trust in his true freshman. R.J. Jones was the first player to come off the bench in this game. So of course, they were without Day Ames, no Naquan Tomlin, as he's been suspended indefinitely from this team, and then Quez Glover is still battling that injury. And so the depth has been tested. Players are showing some signs. Jerome Colbert got a lot of minutes tonight for his standards. Did he play great? No, but a couple blocks. Colbert is still finding his way on this team, and I believe that this game here on Sunday was a step in the right direction for Colbert. So, there was no real panic from Tang. After this game, you win one, you lose one. You can learn a lot from this game, and this team has been around each other for 5 days now. Really good bonding experience for this team to get to know each other even more on and off the court. And I think the same thing was said about the USC game. Everything that's on tape now, you can learn from. Your best players obviously are going to get singled in on, right? Cam Carter, we talked about it against Providence, maybe didn't score a lot of points. That's because he's on, the opponent's scouting report, stuff like that. So this team's going to get better. Obviously, a long ways to go after the way that first half started, but that's maybe the frustrating part of this game, that K-State was able to play so good down the stretch, but early on, K-State dug itself into a hole, like I said, that was just too deep to dig out of. But it's been a lot of fun here. I got a little too much sun here on the boat ride in the Bahamas. I think my face is a little bit too red, but nonetheless, it was a lot of fun, and I would love to come to wherever K-State plays next year, wherever that may be for this, mid-season tournament. This has been a blast. I'm staying at the Holiday Inn. I'm not at the Bahamar. This place is awesome. If you're ever in the Bahamas, I'd recommend this place. But like I said, K-State wins one, loses one. You learn some stuff about yourself. At the same time, though, you can't get into those poor starts that K-State had against Miami here in the Bahamas. That'll be it for me. We'll be back on Wednesday as K-State returns to Bramwich Coliseum before Thanksgiving. Appreciate all you guys tuning into this coverage. It's been a good weekend overall for K-State as football picked up a win over KU as well in the Sunflower Showdown. K-State still does go 1 for 2 here in the Bahamas.